WrestleMania and we don't have any challengers. Good call. But we already beat everyone inside the Elimination Chamber. You know what I think we should do? We should ask the audience here tonight who they think we should face at WrestleMania for our tag team championships. So, without further ado, who do you think The Miz and Morrison should face at WrestleMania?
That was the scene from last Friday Night SmackDown with John Morrison and The Miz, who are the current tag team champions right now. And as you can see, they were talking into the empty crowd. This has been a scene for the last couple of weeks on for Friday Night SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. Due to the COVID-19, that known as the coronavirus thing that's going around, it's pretty scary what's going on here. But wrestling is being overprotected, which I do not blame him, having an empty crowd, but still keeping the show still alive to remain on TV. Now, I'm noticing too, because of what's going on, they're really limiting the wrestlers on each show, because they're giving us a nice pay-per-view events that's been aired in the current past. This Friday on SmackDown, for example, they gave us went back to WrestleMania 30 with John Cena and Bray Wyatt. That was a pretty good match, I gotta say. And going out into Monday Night Raw, they showed us the full Royal Rumble event from this year, and that was pretty exciting. I thought the first half was kind of boring because Brock Lesnar was pretty much showing off. That's what he was doing. That's the kind of person he is anyways. But I was glad to see Drew McIntyre taking him out of the ring, having that chance at WrestleMania. And speaking of WrestleMania, that's another big event that's still looks like it's still going to happen. I was kind of hoping Vince McMahon would always postpone this into December, but I kind of can't see why he's not canceling this. The reason why I'm on a half with this, I think the reason for it, I want to say money, but I really don't think it's not a really good portion of what of that might be, because since it's not WrestleMania this year, won't be in front of a crowd. I think it's the fact of since the both shows are still being on right now, both being aired, they are actually trying to make sure the storyline still continues. And with WrestleMania being around the corner here within 2 weeks, almost from today. Actually, it is 2 weeks from today, in other words. Because I wanted to mention too, because WrestleMania, from what we heard from last Friday, will be split into 2 nights. I know the WrestleMania event usually goes on for a long time, at least good to 4 or 5 hours. And you got the pre-show and everything. It happens the whole entire day. You got to make a day for this, in other words. I'm hoping it comes back in the Bay Area. I don't know what's going to happen next year. I know it's coming back to the San Francisco, actually not San Francisco Bay Area, but I believe it's LA. Back here in California. So I'm going to try to get those tickets and see what happens. But of course, we got to see what's going to be going on with the COVID-19. Hopefully it goes to more calmer. Hopefully there's a lot of scary things going on in the world today. And I find it really interesting that wrestling is still continuing its show. But as in other shows like this, Jimmy Fallon, I don't know if Fallon's doing it, but other late night shows are still doing the shows, but not in front of a crowd. I gotta respect that, I gotta say, but just be careful, guys, because I just don't want anybody else getting sick out there. This COVID-19 is really serious. It's just like what they say, people over 60 can, if they were to get this, they could easily die. And I guess more when it hits is someone around my age or maybe lower, if it were to hit this, the immune system is not really attacked. But if we had something like this, we would actually give it to somebody that's older. So we don't want that happening. And I see why wrestling has been doing this no crowd thing for the last couple of weeks, because they care about their fans a lot. They care about their wrestlers just as much. Well, I shouldn't say it's really equal. And I feel that because every time when the wrestlers come out, you always want to give them a high five or something like that. It's a cool thing to do. It's just a really cool environment. If you guys have not been to a live event before, it's really cool. And going back to what I said in the beginning of this segment, I was talking about what they actually have been doing with showing us pay-per-view events from the past. The thing I really like, they actually showed us Elimination Chamber match that they did the last pay-per-view they actually did into a tag team chamber. And I gotta say, that's probably one of the best matches that I have seen. I'm glad that they actually showed this on TV. I was really getting on my feet and going wild. And when I'm really pinning down to these shows too, I'm noticing they're giving their airtime to the wrestlers. They're giving This is like the Royal Rumble from last Monday. They actually gave us the whole entire thing that lasts almost close to 2 hours. And the last hour, they gave us actually storylines that were actually floating out there still. So, it's been an interesting time in wrestling. I can see why they're starting to do this. They're trying to give their wrestlers a time that the rest of being with family. Make sure there's not everybody's not going to be out there. Just like with WrestleMania just around the corner, usually there's some battle rumbles, royal rumbles, and it's not going to take place this year. So there's 2 matches that's not going to be taking place. We got the men rumble and the ladies. So that's not going to happen this year, which is understandable because of what's going on right now. And I want everybody to be safe out there. Everybody who's watching this wrestling right now, a big wrestling fan like I am, I've been watching for 30 plus years, and I think they're still going strong. And I'm glad that they're finding a way to actually air it for TV. I wasn't too sure what's going to happen once this hit the United States. Once it was in China, Italy, and it came here. I just wish everybody the best of luck. Best prayers for everybody who has passed away, and I'm sorry to hear about that. If you know somebody who actually died from this COVID-19, I give all my heart to you. And with the wrestling, I really respect what they always do because they always give a great respect to. I'm going to mention this too because after 9/11, they gave a nice tribute. The show still went on, believe it or not, after that actually happened. But they actually gave a nice tribute there. The people we lost, the firefighters and the men that helped New York. It was pretty good and pretty emotional. So with that being said, I'd like to wrap this up saying my name is Ryan Kretsch. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give me the thumbs up and subscribe. And tell me what you actually think. If you're a wrestling fan and if you've been watching this, what do you actually think about this no crowd thing? I like this. I like the fact they're still continuing on the show, but I just worry about their health this as well. But I know they're doing their best, what they can do. And just continue with the show. The show must go on. I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye.